Hello everyone, welcome back to TechBlog 66. I hope you all are doing great and ready for another detailed, honest, and monetization-safe movie review. Today, we are diving into the intense prison drama thriller Alcatraz, 2020. If you enjoy survival stories, historical settings, and character-driven tension, then this film might be something worth exploring. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about what this movie brings to the screen. Alcatraz is a British historical prison drama directed by Andrew Jones. The film takes inspiration from real events and is set during World War II. Rather than focusing on the infamous American island prison that most people immediately think of, this film tells the story of a young criminal who finds himself transferred to a harsh and isolated prison environment. The tone is gritty, tense, and focused on personal transformation under pressure. The story centers around a small-time crook who is caught during a robbery and sentenced to time in prison. However, instead of serving his sentence in a typical facility, he is transferred to a high-security prison environment that operates under strict and brutal discipline. The prison system is depicted as unforgiving, with hard labor, tough guards, and inmates who are constantly tested both physically and mentally. Right from the beginning, the movie establishes a dark and heavy atmosphere. The cinematography uses muted tones and dim lighting to reflect the harshness of prison life. The setting feels cold, claustrophobic, and oppressive. You can almost feel the isolation and tension within the walls. The production design, although not overly extravagant, does a solid job of creating an authentic environment that immerses viewers in the era. One of the strongest aspects of Alcatraz is its focus on character development. Instead of relying purely on action sequences or dramatic escapes, the film explores the psychological impact of imprisonment. The main character begins as someone who sees crime as a shortcut in life. But as he faces the realities of confinement, discipline, and danger, we witness a gradual transformation. This character arc adds emotional weight to the narrative. The prison guards in the film are portrayed as strict and often intimidating. However, the movie avoids making them cartoonishly villainous. Instead, it presents them as part of a rigid system that values control and obedience above everything else. This layered portrayal adds complexity to the story and prevents it from becoming too one-dimensional. The pacing of the film is steady. It is not a fast-paced action thriller filled with explosions or dramatic chase scenes. Instead, it builds tension slowly. The drama unfolds through conversations, confrontations, and small but meaningful moments. Some viewers might find the pacing deliberate, but others will appreciate the gradual build-up of suspense. There are moments of conflict between inmates that add intensity to the storyline. Prison hierarchies, alliances, and rivalries play a role in shaping the protagonist's experience. These interactions create a constant sense of uncertainty. You never quite know who can be trusted, and that unpredictability keeps the audience engaged. Musically, the score complements the serious tone of the film. The background music is subtle but effective, enhancing emotional scenes without overpowering them. Silence is also used cleverly in certain sequences, allowing the weight of a moment to sink in. From a historical perspective, the film attempts to capture the spirit of wartime Britain. Although it may not go deeply into the larger political context of World War II, the backdrop adds an extra layer of gravity to the events. The idea that this story unfolds during such a turbulent global period makes the struggle of the characters feel even more significant. Performance-wise, the cast delivers solid work. The lead actor portrays vulnerability and determination convincingly. You can see the fear in his eyes when he first enters the prison, and you can sense his gradual adaptation to the harsh environment. Supporting actors also contribute effectively, creating a believable and tense prison community. One of the themes that stands out in Alcatraz is redemption. The film asks whether someone who has made poor choices can change when faced with extreme circumstances. It explores ideas of resilience, self-reflection, and personal responsibility. While the setting is harsh, the emotional journey remains at the heart of the story. Another interesting theme is authority and control. The prison system in the movie operates like a machine, where discipline is enforced without compromise. The story subtly questions whether such strict control truly reforms individuals or simply suppresses them. This theme gives the film a thought-provoking edge. Visually, the film may not have a massive budget, but it makes good use of its locations. The prison walls, narrow corridors, and work yards all contribute to a sense of confinement. Camera angles often emphasize the smallness of the characters compared to their surroundings, reinforcing the feeling of being trapped. Now, let's talk about what might not work for everyone. Because the film focuses heavily on atmosphere and character development, viewers expecting high-energy action might find it slower than anticipated. Some scenes stretch a bit longer than necessary, which could test the patience of certain audiences. However, if you enjoy thoughtful storytelling, this approach may feel rewarding. The dialogue in the film is straightforward and grounded. It does not rely on overly dramatic speeches. Instead, it reflects the blunt and sometimes harsh reality of prison life. This grounded approach makes the interactions feel authentic. In terms of emotional impact, Alcatraz delivers moments that resonate. Watching someone confront their own mistakes and struggle to survive in a tough environment can be powerful. The film does not glorify crime. Instead, it highlights consequences and personal growth. As a viewer, you might find yourself reflecting on how circumstances shape behavior. The movie subtly suggests that environment plays a major role in influencing choices. This layered storytelling adds depth beyond the surface-level prison drama. For those who enjoy films set in confined environments, Alcatraz offers a focused and intimate experience. The limited setting allows for deeper character exploration. It becomes less about the physical walls and more about internal struggles. Another positive aspect is that the film maintains a consistent tone throughout. It does not shift abruptly between genres. From start to finish, it remains a serious and grounded drama. This consistency helps maintain immersion. If you compare it to big-budget prison thrillers, Alcatraz may feel smaller in scale. However, sometimes smaller productions bring a certain rawness and authenticity that larger films lack. This movie relies more on storytelling than spectacle. Overall, Alcatraz, 2020, is a tense and character-driven prison drama that explores transformation under pressure. It offers solid performances, a believable setting, and meaningful themes about redemption and authority. While it may not be packed with action, it succeeds in creating an immersive and thought-provoking experience. So, should you watch it? If you appreciate historical settings, character-focused storytelling, and slow-building tension, then this film deserves a place on your watch list. It is not about flashy moments. It is about emotional endurance and personal change. That's all for today's review on TechBlog 66. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Alcatraz, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more detailed and honest movie reviews. Let me know in the comments what you think about prison dramas and whether this one stands out for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. This movie is available on YouTube free.